past Liam, it's been a couple of days. My apologies. As you may have noticed, I haven't uploaded a lot of videos. That is because of a number of reasons. Lovely. We always have excuses, don't we, past Liam? Well, you may notice that I'm in my Taekwondo outfit, and that is signification of the fact that I've been doing Taekwondo, and the reason for that is because my third Dan Black Belt test is coming up really, really soon. To do that, I have to come up with 10 creative self-defense techniques, which involve basically mini fight scenes. I have to come up with a creative pattern, which is essentially a lot of movements put together, to music. I also have to write a very long essay, several thousand words, on the meaning of said pattern. So all of that has me in a little bit of a Jimmy rustling mode. Additionally, as some people know, I am doing a presentation for the Planning 10 classes at West Vancouver Secondary School, which is awesome, but again, stressful. The black belt test I've done twice before, and I can fake my way through if necessary. In fact, I've done it more than twice before, but twice where I've actually been tested. So this third time, I can fake my way through. I can't fake my way through this presentation, though, because I've never done something like it before, and I have no idea if they're going to even enjoy what I have to say. But those thoughts are relatively short-lived when I've been working on it over the past couple of days. I've been feeling very positive about it, and I do feel like I have a good story to tell and some good advice to give, so hopefully they feel the same way. In other news, I think it's finally time to talk about what I haven't been talking about for a number of months now, and that is where everything is headed now. So past Liam was very candid about where he was going because by the time people found out about stuff like the 4D launch and compilation album, it already would have passed, and that's exactly what happened. Whereas for me, anything I talk about might still be confidential because people will find out about it immediately when I talk about it on Future Liam. I think the cat's kind of out of the bag with this one. I can officially announce that Alex and I, for the past couple of months, have been working towards opening up our first commercial location. What? What that means is that in our ideal world, Four Destinations Entertainment will have its own offices, its own actual creative office space and studio space, and that has a lot of implications with it, but essentially what that is the culmination of everything we've been working on and working towards. So every time I've said previously that something has been a culmination, it's all been building towards this bigger culmination. Now, what I cannot give you is details. What I can say, however, is that a couple of times we've talked about the tipping point. That's been us almost actually signing a lease and securing a space, but it hasn't quite worked out. We've submitted 2 official lease offers, both of which have been turned down. Unfortunately, the second one, the one that looked like it was about to work out the most, we just found out today that it's not going to be happening. So yes, it's an up and down process trying to get this space figured out. However, I can say that with the information I have currently right now, Alex and I are very confident that we're on track to make this happen on the timeline that we want. And again, I'm not going to talk about when officially we want this to happen, but I do want to assure you all that we do have a plan, and that the point of our full-time existence now is to make this plan come true, because it will open up so many doors for how we want to further progress our plans. Because once that happens, once we have 4D studios, the commercial space, the office, the studio, that is just a stepping stone to the even bigger picture, which I'm sure we'll talk about when the time comes. So past Liam, when you're talking about things like the 4D launch and the compilation album, even though the 4D launch itself won't happen, and the compilation album will happen, but, you know, it's gonna be. I want you to keep that ambition going, and just don't be afraid to let it fail if needed, which, unfortunately, as I know, and as you guys are going to find out soon, the 4D launch never actually happened. Past Liam, keep your head high, keep working towards these goals you have set, because they're going to lead into these goals that I have now, and I feel like I'm a broken record. I've said this exact same. I've said this exact same thing before, but now it's more real now and more true now than it ever has been previously. Ladies and gentlemen, the Liam Sturgess.